I'm good with that.
Go ahead and ground your rifles. Okay, you're in prep. You're in prep. Targets come up and you're okay to fire. We are in prep at 1,000. We are in prep at 1,000. Got me.
.993, 7.8.
It maxes out at this.
What? You're turret?
Yeah.
Then you got to start holding subtensions.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's yeah. So you only have you should be dialing on a 6.5. You're probably around 9-ish.
Yeah.
Around 9 mils. What are you dialing?
For this?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 10.2.
10.2.
But probably more like 10.
But you're only getting less than 10 out.
Well, I can get 10, so that might be it.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to hold one of your subtensions down below, and depending on the reticle you have, it's probably running somewhere around 0.2 to 0.5 mil subtensions.
Yeah.
So I'd hold it the next hash mark down. If you can only dial about 10, hold it the next hash mark down, and you're not gonna hold much wind, just spin drift. So maybe 0.2, maybe 0.2 to the left.
It's all been 0.2 this whole time.
Get your left hand under the control on that. Use that.
Well, that was elevation was perfect.
Oh yeah, that looked good.
That's right.
That's gorgeous. And your windage wasn't that far off. Did you hold any wind at all? Yeah, so you just have a little bit of spin drift because it's a right-hand twist. You start getting this far out, you're going to start seeing some spin drift come in.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so you want to hold just a little bit, probably 0.2 mils to the left.
Okay, cool.
You don't care about it at close ranges, but as you get further, you're going to see spin drift.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, maybe left edge or so.
Oh, dude, I can't. I'm done. Okay, so I just got done at the range, and let's see. Oh, there it is. All right, so I just got done at the range. Let me grab my target, see how I ended up doing. So we have a local range that I'm able to go out to 1,000 yards, and we can engage targets from 200 out to 1,000 yards. I'm getting ready for that NRL Hunter match, and I wanted to confirm my dope. And I can't get this thing to stay. Let's see how we can get this thing to stay here. We gotta find something to put on it. Use my sandbag or something, huh? Or my shooting bag. There we go. Okay. So let's see how we did. Oh, I got a shadow right there. Let's move it over here. There we go. That's better. Okay. So let's see. I was running at 200 yards. It called for 0.3. And let's see, we had our first impact here. It was a hair low. So I ended up scrubbing this thing down to bare steel. I knew that my velocities were going to be a little bit slow when I started, and sure enough, they were. These are set up for about 3,000 feet per second. And I was shooting the first group of 5. Actually, let me take a look. See if I got it in here. All right, let's see here. Okay, so my first group of 5 averaged 2982 with a standard deviation 11.7. Not great, but that might be why some of them were a hair low. So it looks like I hit first impact here, and then I went up to the top. Second one was pretty much dead center. Third one looked good. Fourth looked amazing. And fifth was right there, right in the X-ring. So that looked good at 200 yards. Next one was out at 304 yards. Let's see, that called for 1 mil. And let's see, my first shot hit, there's the third one. Oh, a hair high right there. And then second one kind of went high left for some reason. And then we came back and let's see, where's the third one? 303. Elevation was perfect. Wind was just a little off. 304, it went high again for some reason. So I don't know why I was going high on those two. And then fish shot right there was right in the X ring at 300 yards. So that was perfect. Let's see what our velocities were on that. Okay, there it is right there. Let's do a shot list. So I was still trying to foul in the barrel. So for those 5 shots, we were at still 2980, 2984, 2969. So yeah, we were still a little bit slow. 2981, 2979. So starting to speed up a little bit. Then 425 was pretty cool. You're shooting off a concrete block. So I went bipod front, tripod rear support on that one. And that's pretty dang good. Elevation was on the money, called for 1.83 mils. And I hit 425. I hit 1 there. And I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. When I'm shooting at the head, everything was going high. When I was shooting down here, everything looked good. So at 425, I hit 1 there. Second shot was up there. And then did I take a third shot? Yep, third shot was right there. So third shot started going a little bit high. So that was calling for 1.8 mils. And that's when my velocities finally started settling in. Looks like I was at 30-10, 29.98, 30-10 on those shots. So now I'm pretty much right in it. It looks like it fouled the barrel out. Took about 10 shots. And we got back up to our pretty close to, it should be about 3,000 feet per second average. Those 3 averaged probably about 3,007 feet per second. And not too bad. Then we went out to 503 yards, called for 2.1, and let's see how we did there. I think that's my first one right here. Yeah, that must be my first one, yeah, because that's covering it. So looks like went a little low, and then I kept them all in here. So first shot at 500. Where's the, second shot at 500, third shot at 500. Look at that, 500 yards. It was putting them in there. But the elevation was a little bit low. That's why it called for 2.0. It looks like I changed it to 2.1 is what it's looking like. I feel like that called for 2.5. Something was wonky on that one at 500 yards. But 1, 2, 3, and then fourth shot there. And I might have just taken 4 shots. It looks like just 4 shots on that one. And the velocity should have settled in pretty good. So let's see, I'm at like 9, 10, 11, 2991, 3006, 2991, 3002. So I'm right at the 3,000 feet per second mark. Everything's happy now. So then we went out to 600 yards, 3.3 mils. So at 600, we got a second shot there. Where's our first shot? 600. 600. Oh boy, that's a spread at 600 though, huh? Look at that. So we're looking at 9 inches at 600 yards. So, but elevations were actually good. So that's a windage issue, I would say right there. I know once we got up to 600, we started getting further back and the wind started picking up a little bit. I think I was measuring anywhere between 7 and 10 miles an hour, and it would switch between like 9 and 11 o'clock. So it was hard to kind of figure out exactly where to go, but that's not too bad. 601, first shot, second shot. Did we get any more? 600? Oh yeah, we might have just taken 2 shots and said we were good to go. And I was exactly at 3,000 feet per second on those. Then we went to 795. It looks like it called for 5.3 mils. And so we're calling that 800 yards. First shot was here. Or no, that's second shot. Where's first shot? For at 800 yards. Did they not mark my first shot at 800? Oh yeah, man, way down here. So I missed my wind call bad, and the elevation was off too at 800 right there. And then the second shot at 800 was there. So if I take the water line, so I'm right here. So elevations were consistent, but my windage, it looks like I tried to correct on windage, but we were actually at 800. It probably should have been at maybe 5.4 mils. So I'm a little bit off at that. But then it looks like it came back again, because at 905 yards, it called for 6.6. And actually I hit a hair high, which, I mean, at 900 yards, that isn't bad. We're talking from the center, 3 inches high at 900 yards. That's definitely going to hit steel. Second shot was there, man. Those grouped together really good. And then I think I bailed. I think I was done on that one. My velocities were still 3,002 and 29.99. Man, the SD was beautiful once I got the barrel fouled out a little bit. And then we went out to 993 yards, 1,000 yards they call it. And this 6 Creedmoor is only calling for 7.8 mils, which is awesome. That's not much at all. And it looks like the wind had died down. I was only calling for 2/10 left hold right there, but maybe I should have held a little bit more, because there's my first shot there and there's my second shot there. But if you look at 7.8, if I take I only took 2 shots. If I take the average of those 2 right there, my center is right here at 7.8 mils. There's the X-ring. I mean, I would say my dopes are on the money. I think that's going to be perfect. So I ended up doing all the math on this, and it was pretty interesting. So after I completely cleaned the bore, shots 1 through 5 had an average of 29.83 feet per second. Their SD was 11.7, and their extreme spread was 34.2. Shots 6 through 10 averaged 2,980 feet per second with an SD of 5.2 and an extreme spread of only 15.4. I'm anticipating, maybe this is all just mythical, I don't know. But I scrubbed it down to bare metal, and it seems to me like it took about 10 shots to get back into, when I load developed this, I loaded these, they should be shooting at 3,000 feet per second. And then shots 11 through 21, so an 11 shot string total, averaged 2999.7, so 3,000 feet per second with an SD of 6.6 and an extreme spread of 19.2. So based on all this, it really seems to me like it took about 10 shots to foul that barrel out enough to get to where it was being consistent again with my load development. So I don't know, maybe that's, I don't know. Some people believe in that, some people don't, but that's what it is. And I ended up doing some measurements here. I still don't know what happened at the 500 yard mark. Something, it went here, here, and here. I did the math. I dialed 2 mils. It actually called for 2.4 mils. I don't know why I didn't notice that, but I dialed 2 mils for some reason and thought I was doing pretty good. Boom, boom, boom. That was a really good shot right there. But noticed I was low, so I went to 2.1 mils and ended up hitting here. Now, if I ended up taking these 3 at 500 yards, I was approximately 2/10 off of center, which would put me at 2.2 mils approximately. So still, for some reason, my applied ballistics calls for 2.4. That was the only range that was off. Everything else seemed pretty dang close, within 1/10 of a mil. At 900 yards, I only took 2 shots, which was here and here. If I took the average of that and measured, that's only about 1/10 of a mil off. I don't know if that's enough to really determine anything, especially when I shot at 1,000. I went here, here. I know these are very low sample sizes, but the average there, that was barely an inch off of the water line at 1,000 yards. So I think all of this is good enough for NRL Hunter. You know, we'll be running, probably engaging close to 700 yards, 800 yards. I've heard we can even run out to 1,000 yards. I think my dope is good. And it looks like the gun really started settling in towards the end, which would have been around, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it was some of those 500-yard shots. It included those 500-yard shots, actually, the more I do the math on it. So not sure what happened at the 5, but realistically, I was off on my dial. If I would have dialed where it said to dial, which is 2.4, I probably would have hit about up here. So I would have been about 2/10 off, but definitely acceptable. I can't change just that one distance and have everything else be exactly the same. So I think overall, that's pretty dang good.